Welcome to the Mindset Coach podcast, brought to you by the Mindset Coach Academy. I'm Lara Young, your host and Master Certified Coach. Whether you're a seasoned coach or just starting your coaching career, this podcast is your go-to resource for all things mindset, coaching, and personal development. Each week, we bring you expert insights, practical strategies, and inspirational stories to help you become the best coach you can be. Our guests range from leading industry professionals to successful mindset coaches who share their secrets for creating lasting change. Plus, I'll be answering your burning questions and sharing tips from our ICF and multi-accredited Mindset Coach certification program. So, if you're ready to elevate your coaching game, stay tuned and let's dive into today's episode. Life coach, mindset coach, confidence coach. We see these titles everywhere, but what do they really mean? And does the label even matter? I'm Lara Young, founder of the Mindset Coach Academy, and in today's episode, we're unpacking why the words we use as coaches shape not just our positioning, but the depth of transformation we can actually help our clients to create. Because the language isn't just marketing, it's actually methodology. And the difference between life coaching and mindset coaching goes far beyond semantics. It's about where and how we work in the human mind. So let's start with definitions. Life coaching is broad. It's about helping clients clarify goals, make plans, and take action to improve areas of life, whether that's career, relationships, or well-being. It's future-oriented and outcome-focused. A life coach often asks, where are you now? Where do you want to be? And how do we bridge that gap? And that's powerful work. But mindset coaching goes deeper. Instead of focusing primarily on what a client wants to do, it explores how they think, feel, and believe. It uncovers the internal patterns that shape behavior, their identity, their values, beliefs, habits, emotions, and language. In other words, life coaching helps clients act differently. Mindset coaching helps them become someone who acts differently, naturally, consistently, and without constant willpower. It's the difference between trimming the branches and transforming the roots. And that's why the two aren't the same, though many people still use the terms interchangeably. Now let's talk about the power of language, both in how you describe what you do and how you coach. When you introduce yourself as a mindset coach, something clicks differently for potential clients. The phrase signals depth, transformation, and a sense that you work with the inner architecture of the mind, not just the outer goals. Clients hear, this is someone who helps me change the way I think, not just what I do. And that instantly builds credibility, especially when you can back it up with tools rooted in neuroscience, positive psychology, and cognitive behavioral principles. Because mindset work isn't fluffy, it's scientifically grounded. We're talking about neuroplasticity, language patterns, habit formation, and the rewiring of limiting beliefs at the subconscious level. And there's another layer. The language you use shapes the kind of clients you attract. If you call yourself a life coach, you might attract clients who want external guidance, structure, accountability, action plans. If you call yourself a mindset coach, you'll attract those seeking internal transformation, the people who want to understand and shift the way they think, feel, and behave. Neither is better, but clarity in your language brings alignment in your audience. And in coaching, alignment equals effectiveness. So why does this distinction really matter beyond branding? Because it defines the depth of change you facilitate. A mindset coach works at the level of identity, and that's where sustainable transformation lives. You can help someone set goals, but if their belief and self-concept don't align with those goals, the change won't last. Mindset coaching helps them bridge that internal gap, so their new habits are backed by a new sense of self. It also matters for credibility in a crowded market. The coaching industry is booming and noisy, and when you can clearly articulate the methodology behind your work, you instantly differentiate yourself. You're not just another coach with a positive attitude, you're a practitioner of measurable, mindset-based transformation. And let's be honest, if you're using tools like NLP, reframing, anchoring, values elicitation, or cognitive restructuring, you're not doing service level coaching anymore. You're working with the mechanisms of thought itself. And that's why certification and ethical grounding are so essential. Mindset coaching, when done well, requires skill, not just intuition. It's about understanding how to safely navigate beliefs, emotions, and unconscious patterns so that your clients experience real breakthroughs and not temporary motivation. Have a question you'd like answered on the show? Or maybe there's a topic you'd love for us to dive deeper into? Reach out to us via social media or email us directly through our website. Your input helps us create content that's relevant and valuable to you. Remember, this podcast is here to support you on your coaching journey, so please do connect with us. We can't wait to hear from you. So let's bring this to life with a few examples. Let's take Sophie, a business coach and consultant I trained a few years ago. When Sophie first came to me, she identified as a life coach for entrepreneurs. Her sessions focused mainly on strategy, setting business goals, identifying actions, and creating accountability plans. Her clients saw results at first, but those results weren't consistent. Some clients would implement for a few weeks, then fall back into procrastination or self-doubt. She felt frustrated, like she was motivating them on the surface, but not shifting what was happening underneath. When Sophie trained as a mindset coach, everything changed. She learned to listen beyond the content of her clients' stories to the structure of their thinking. For example, one client said, "I'm terrible at selling. I just freeze when I have to talk about money." A life coach might reframe that at the conscious level. Let's build your confidence and practice your pitch. But a mindset coach asks, what identity are you holding that makes selling feel unsafe? Using NLP techniques, Sophie uncovered that the client had a deeply held belief that selling equals manipulation, which was rooted in her early experiences of pushy salespeople. Through timeline therapy, they released the emotional charge around those memories. Through hypnotherapy, Sophie helped her client embed a new belief: selling is service. And using the Mindset Dimensions report, they explored the client's dominant and mindset patterns around beliefs, language, and energy, giving a roadmap for sustainable change. And within a month, Sophie's client wasn't just more confident, she enjoyed selling because she now believed it aligned with her values. And that's the difference between changing behavior and transforming identity. Let's look at another example, and this time from a fitness context, because of course, as a mindset coach, you can work in any niche that you desire. So a life coach might work with a client, let's call him James, who wants to lose 10 kilos. The sessions would focus on setting goals, building habits, staying consistent, and overcoming procrastination. All important, but still operating at the conscious level. A mindset coach, however, goes deeper. We explore why James starts strong but always self-sabotages around week 3. Using the Mindset Dimensions report, we might uncover that his identity dimension shows a deep conflict. He sees himself as the big guy, the one who uses humor and size as armor. Losing weight unconsciously feels like he's losing part of his personality. And that's an unconscious identity attachment, something no habit tracker or accountability session can fix. Using NLP reframing, we'd help him redefine what strength means, shifting it from physical size to self-discipline, resilience, and health. Through timeline therapy, we'd clear the emotional roots of past experiences where he was teased or rejected and remove those limiting decisions that precede the limiting beliefs he now holds. And through hypnotherapy, we'd embed new neural pathways that align healthy choices with pleasure rather than deprivation. So instead of fighting against himself, James begins to become the version of him who naturally prioritizes health. No white knuckling, no endless restarts, just true embodied transformation. So the next time someone asks what kind of coach you are, take a moment before you answer, because the words you choose tell the world what you stand for and the depth of change you're committed to creating. If you want to take your coaching deeper and master the tools of mindset transformation, explore our ICF accredited Mindset Coach certification programs. We offer ICF ACC Level 1 and ICF PCC Level 2 options. Or take a look at the Mindset Dimensions Coach certification, where you'll learn how to use the Mindset Dimensions report, the only diagnostic that measures all 7 dimensions of mindset. You'll find the links to these programs in the show notes, as well as a link to book a call with me to discover which coaching education is the best fit for you and your coaching goals. Until next time, keep coaching with purpose, precision, and presence. Bye for now. That wraps up today's episode of the Mindset Coach podcast. I hope you found it as inspiring and informative as I did. If you enjoyed today's show, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your fellow coaches. Your support helps us reach more people and continue to bring top-notch content every week. Remember, you can always learn more about our ICF and multi-accredited Mindset Coach certification program, our coaching membership, and other training opportunities by visiting mindsetcoachacademy.com. Thank you for tuning in, and keep striving to become the best coach you can be. Until next time, this is Lara Young signing off. Stay motivated and keep transforming lives.